Amen.
How to avoid temptation, lust, slothfulness, whatever it is that you are being tempted with. How do you flee that temptation? How do you stay away from it? There's a great story in 2 Samuel 11. Let's check it out. In the spring of the following year, at the time when wars began, David sent Joab and the Israel army to destroy the Ammonites. What's going on here? David's at home and he sends his army to go fight this battle. They began by laying siege to the city of Rabbah, but David stayed in Jerusalem. What is he doing? Staying home. This is the first step. He's about to fall into great temptation. He's about to make one of the biggest mistakes he's ever made, and it's because he's not busy. To avoid temptation, you got to be busy, not better. Let's keep going. One night, he couldn't get to sleep, and he went for a stroll on the roof of the palace. So he can't sleep because he's being slothful. He's hanging out all day, should be at the war, and so now he can't sleep. Now he's up in the middle of the night where it's dark. Things are getting worse. As he looked out over the city, he noticed a woman of unusual beauty taking her evening bath. This was Bathsheba. She was taking a certain kind of bath. She wasn't just like trying to be seen. What happened to Bathsheba and their adultery that they're about to get into was almost entirely it was on David, because this bath that she was taking, we're going to learn what kind of bath it is in verses 3 and 4. He sent out to find who she was, and he was told that she was Bathsheba, the daughter of Eliam and the wife of Uriah. Uriah was one of the mighty men of David. And so this is one of David's best friends, good friends. Does that stop David? Then David sent for her, and when she came, he slept with her. She had just completed the purification rites after menstruation. So that was the bath that she was taking. There was a way to cleanse yourself after your period. And so this was a law. It was just to show that like the loss of blood is like the loss of life. And there's just ways that we need to clean ourselves up to be made right with God. The law was all pointing to Jesus, what he was going to do. He was going to lose his life to make us clean. And so that's what she was doing up there on the bath. And she wasn't just trying to be seen. He went and took her. But not only that, he says, "Oh, you're one of my best friends? Wife? Okay. Nah, I'm not going to do it. No, I can't do that." He still takes her. So what gets him into temptation is he was not busy and he was thinking he was better. If you want to avoid lust, if you want to avoid any kind of temptation, you got to be busy, but not better. He saw the situation and said, "Oh, Uriah, well, he works for me. I'm better than him. I can take his wife." What? She's purifying herself, unto God, right? He's thinking, yeah, so what with this old law? She's clean. I'm going to take her. Better than the law? Also, he's being slothful. He's hanging out at home. Was he better than fighting wars? He's very successful at this point of his kingship. Are wars below him? As a young man, I had to realize that like washing dishes, picking up my clothes, mopping, sweeping, none of that is better than me. My father-in-law went to the army, and that was some of the things that they made them do: sweep and clean and mop. Everything had to be perfect. You learn that these things are not below you. And so I had to learn that in marriage. When you walk around in life thinking things are below you, you become prideful. And in that pride what comes after? A fall. And so if David would have said, fighting is not below me, he would have been at war. He wouldn't have been walking around, lollygagging, kind of trying to figure out what to do, twiddling his thumbs in the middle of the night when he sees this girl. We spend so much time on video games. We spend so much time scrolling. We spend so much time doing silly things because we think, homework, I'm better than that right now. Doing chores, I'm better than that. Cleaning my room, I'm better than that. Working out, I'm better than that. Eating better, I'm better than that. That kind of attitude is what gets us to fall into sin. It's just the devil's plan. He knows exactly what he's doing. If you want to have the strength to do this, you have to look to Christ. Not only was he always busy doing the Lord's work, even if the Lord's work at the time meant resting, but he never thought he was better than anyone else. He was the one that took the towel, wrapped it around himself, and washed the disciples' feet. the disciples who made a lot of mistakes, the same disciples who were going to run away from him in a couple hours. He got low. One of the lowest things you could do was to wash someone's feet. He got down. He was busy, but never thought he was better. Look to him and how he served us on the cross, and you will have the strength to live that way as well.
Amen.
I hope this helps. Let me know how you can be busy and not better in the comments. And if you want to support this channel, amenpodcast.com. With that said, I love you, and I'll see you in the next one.